Okay, so Ross Barkley has left Everton for 15 million and then moved to Chelsea. Um, yes, Everton have signed Tosin for 25, but these two moves make me question a few things. Yes, Allardyce said they needed another striker up front, someone with a bit of scoring talent, but Tosin, um, yeah, the Turkish league is not the most competitive league, and it's also the most fixed league you can possibly find for match fixing. So, to sign a Turkish player from the Turkish league raises questions for me. It does. Second up, Barkley's gone too cheap. I'm not surprised he's left with the season that Everton have just are going through. Not surprised he's left, but something is not right because Chelsea normally splash the cash to get players. I wouldn't be surprised if this deal has been in the pipe work behind the scenes for quite some time. And this is where the transfer window needs to change because Van Dijk was going to Liverpool several days before the transfer window even opened. People knew he was going, and that means other clubs can't get a chance to sign him. The transfer window is there for a reason. I have concern with an issue with aspects of transfer policy. I have concern with aspects of all sorts of things. But on this particular move, Everton have made a blunder. They've let him go far too cheap. Fans are angry either way. They're angry that he's left. They're angry at the club. They're angry at the player. I feel sorry for the player. If I'm a player, a young player, hypothetically, you're at Everton. You're a fairly middling club, but you're having a rough patch. You're not in any trophies anymore. You've crashed out of Europe embarrassingly. You crashed out of the League Cup. You crashed out of the FA Cup as of last night when the move is going through. His team have collapsed and then lost a Van Dijk goal in the last few minutes against their arch rivals Liverpool. If I am a young player and a bigger club or a club with more money, at least, or with just one trophy, is going, look, this is what you're offered now. What have you won? You won a few games here or there. Have you won any silverware? No. Look what we've just won. We've won the league, we've won the FA Cup, we've won the League Cup, we've won the Champions League in the past. Look at our trophy cabinet compared to your club's trophy cabinet in the last 20 years. Look at the players you'll be playing with. Look at the wages we can offer you. Plus, London's a very exciting city to live in. I have family living in London. I have friends live in London. It's a very exciting, interesting city to live in. It's a very big city to live in. There are some very interesting things to do. That's going to turn a young player's head. It's not just the club who signed him. It is, oh look what we have in this city that we play in, or this town, or wherever. There's this. Look at this nightlife. Look at and that's going to entice the player. We don't know how much he's on a week. Going to be on a week at Chelsea, but the deal, Everton have really made a real bad error. Gone too cheap. This is a question I've had a constant transfer policy at Everton. They spent so much money. I think 250 million nearabouts this transfer window. Well, this one and the last one, and they sold some players for undervalued the sell, and overpaid for players. When they lost to Atalanta embarrassingly in that European game that I did a video on, the Atalanta side, Atalanta as a whole, as a club, over the last 10 years have actually spent £10 million less in transfers. So there's your answer. There's the problem with Everton. They overpay for players like Sigurdsson. They've sold players too cheap in Barkley. There's one of the issues why the club is struggling. The Barkley deal, fans aren't happy. Chelsea are happy. They've got A bargain, and B, they've got a good player. And he's still developing, and he's still a young player. The issue with Barkley is he does have a lot of injury problems. So is he another Jack Wilshere where a nice, good, young, talented player has a wasted career because half the time he's spent on the sidelines? Do we have another Kieran Dyer, for example? Really talented player, spends most of the time injured. That's what the fear I have about Ross Barkley. Apart from that, he's exceptionally talented. He is very bright footballing. He's got a very good footballing brain. He's an exceptionally bright kid anyway. But Everton, what are you doing? I'm not an Everton fan, I never have been. I'm a Blackburn fan, so Everton are one of my team's biggest rivals historically. My dad's family are Liverpool fans. My other granddad's Burnley fans. So for an Everton story to come up, it's a rival team. We should be laughing at the Birmingham crisis, but at the same time, I'm not. I'm deeply concerned about football in general. I have done many videos on this channel where I'm getting slightly more and more put off football. I really am. I'm getting progressively, at this point, turned off the sport I grew up idolising, that my father played at semi-pro level, that my granddad played at semi-pro level. I'm getting very, very put off a sport that I've grown up around. I am. I cannot enjoy this sport anymore. I'm finding it harder and harder to get. I mean, I missed the FA Cup game last night between Liverpool and Everton. I was hoping to watch it, and I thought, you know what, I'm not bothered now. It's just, I got in from work. Oh yeah, I'll watch the football, and then I went, you know what? Actually, no. I've got other things to do. So instead of filling 2 hours of my evening on a Friday after work, I just chilled out. I had other things. I just nah. So yeah, I've reached a malaise with the sport the last couple of years. And with all these rumours and allegations of match fixing and corruption as well, it makes me wonder, is the sport even pure anymore? Because I did do that video on match fixing, and something is a bit off with Everton's transfer policy. Something is very, very wrong with this club. There is something amiss here. Why do they let a player go so cheap? So cheap. But why does Van Dijk go for 75 million? Again, I question the value of Van Dijk's move. I'm questioning the value of Barkley's move. But we'll see how he performs at Chelsea. If he performs like he is like a bargain, and he performs really, really well, and Chelsea go on and do really well in the FA Cup or Europe or whatever competition they're still in, and going on to next season, if he performs for that team really well, then Everton really have made a blunder. At the same time, January transfer window is normally for those teams that need to strengthen because they are in I constantly question the transfer windows. They need reforming completely. January is normally panic buy time, and there hasn't really been a lot of rumours on it yet. I mean, Sanchez and Ozil possibly leaving Arsenal. No one's made an approach yet, though I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea tried to get Sanchez and Ozil get sniffed up like a Man United or another team, a team that will give him, because he's worked with Mourinho. Joe Hart has been linked to Newcastle, and that's about it. There is no other real movement on the English side of things in this transfer window. So we shall see what happens. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, place comments below. And if you are an Everton fan and you are upset about the move, I want to know why you're upset about the move, because I've heard of a lot of things on social media whereby they're more just disenfranchised. They just feel annoyed with everything right now to do with Everton, and I don't blame them. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll have some more videos for you soon.